Hi guys, I'm back with another YouTube, and today I want to talk about, first of all, my new sponsors, second of all, my training, a little training update, how I'm switching from my volume and to my strength block, and then finally like an update on injuries and how I'm going in terms of my competition prep. My competition is in October, so this is the German Nationals. This is going to be about 14th of October, although we still don't have the exact time plan, but yeah. Firstly, I have a new sponsor. It is Girls Who Powerlift, and Girls Who Powerlift have come up in the last couple of years, and mostly via Instagram, and I kind of see them more as a movement. I actually approached them for the sponsorship because I really wanted to be sponsored by a brand that really cared about the powerlifting. Wasn't just these are the clothes that we sell and we want you to represent us. They're way more about the actual powerlifting itself and the sport, trying to get more people inspired, more people involved. Obviously it's targeted completely at women, which is something as well that I'm all about, because I think that there is still a lot of inequality in terms of the sexes, and obviously about females in sports. I think that's a great thing. Just from what they post on their Instagram page, it's great to see them motivating and inspiring others to get involved. And they actually, post up videos and pictures from women powerlifting all over the world, and I think that's just a great thing. So I actually approached them for the sponsorship, and I'm the first person in Europe to be sponsored by them, so I'm very proud of that. So I'll put in a little link hopefully below, if I can do that. I don't think I've linked something before, but yes, I'll put in a link below so you can check out their Girls Who Powerlift on Instagram, and Girls Who Powerlift, you can Google it and then it'll come up with a website. But I'm actually wearing one of their tops right now, and it says Happy Place there, and this is obviously the squat rack. So yeah, I've gotten a few bits and pieces from them. I've got some clothes, I've got some other things coming from them, and they're going to help me with my competitions as well, so that's really cool. So in terms of how my training's been going, so 2 weeks ago I switched from my volume to my strength block, so I actually spend a very good proportion, more than 50% of my time lifting before a competition is volume for me. So it is obviously very important. I'm building up the muscle, so then I've got the foundation to build the strength on. And I actually do obviously spend a significant amount of time doing volume. Some people don't do that. A lot of people do just the heavy weights. And what is more successful, it differs from person to person. I actually stick with that. That's what my previous coach, Francesco Verti, that's how he had me. He had me on the volume and then on the strength. And peaking at the competition, some people like to kind of like practice the weight that they're going to do in the competition, but to me that doesn't make sense. So yeah, I'm sticking with that. Yeah, a couple of weeks ago I was on about sets of 8, sets of 7, and what I do moving into my strength block is I just gradually increase the intensity and reduce the volume. So I've been getting a few questions about this on Instagram, people wanting to improve their squats, particularly squats. I don't know, maybe I do show more squats on my Insta. And yeah, I would just say take it in cycles. Obviously strength takes a while to build, but take it in cycles and do quite a bit of volume, talking 5 times 6 times 10, 5 times 10. I mean, that's high volume for a powerlifter. For a bodybuilder, I can appreciate that's probably not high volume, but you have got higher weights there, and hopefully you'll be able to slowly increase those weights. You will at some point find you're going to have to reduce the reps, and then yeah, move into the strength block and repeat. And that's all I do. It takes a while to build up the strength. Yeah, I think to begin with you can kind of like test some PBs and try out what you can do and experiment a bit, but actually getting into a cycle is the best thing to improve. So that's what I would say. So I do have less than 2 months to go into the competition. I have had some problems. So a couple of weeks ago I woke up one morning and I just had a really stiff neck. I literally could not move. Like, I had to roll out of bed like this, and I couldn't move my neck. And ever since then, like, I've had problems with it in the past where I've had the same thing and then it's healed, and I seem to have it again. So I'm going to go to the doctor's. I actually have an appointment tomorrow. I'm going to find out what's going on with that. Probably have to get some physio, but I had to take 2 weeks off bench, and my bench has been improving, and it's like, You know, just when you think things are going good, you get another injury. And this is the thing, when you start to get very good at your sport, it is, at the end of the day, putting a lot of pressure on your body. For any athlete, it's always putting pressure on your body to be performing to an optimum level, and you will get injuries, and that's the thing that will hold you back. So hopefully I will get this looked at, and it happens on both sides. It's like just between my neck and then down to like sort of a quarter of the way down my back, and it just you know, I can't bench with it like that, and it's just constantly annoying me and irritating me, and it just feels really stiff all the time. So hopefully I can get that sorted. I still feel like my bench is improving. I am managing to do what is on my plan, even though I took out 2 weeks. Things aren't quite as good, like I'm not pausing it and things like that when I should be, so it is improving, but slowly, more slowly than I would like. That's bench, you know. God, I think that's one thing, like bench has definitely got me a lot of patience, which should stand me in good stead with my life. Without further ado, I'm going to show you some of my training. Here's some squats. This is just a warm-up. This is the 80k. Recently I've been doing a lot of banded warm-ups just to make sure I'm pushing my knees over my toes, which is a good exercise for anybody out there whose kind of knees cave in a little bit on the squats. So here I've got 105 kilos. I'm doing 5 sets of 6. I decided to use my belt on this. Previously was trying not to use my belt. If you can use your belt as little as possible and then only use it when you feel like you really need it, you're going to be at an advantage. Probably will develop a stronger core. So I've been trying not to, but I decided I needed it for this. Yeah. So here's just a later set. I tend to find that my first couple of sets are not as good as my later sets. I know that sounds crazy because I should be getting more tired, but actually I just kind of get more used to the way I kind of tend to go a little bit deeper on my later sets than I do on my earlier ones. You can see I'm kind of shooting my arse up a little bit first and then my thighs engage. So I've been doing some accessory work where I do high bar to try and engage my thighs to correct that. And here is that accessory work. So this was later in the week. I wanted to do 85 and stupidly miscounted the weight, but it's kind of a good thing when you end up putting more weight on. So this is 90 kilos. I did 5 sets of 6 here. And yeah, so I'm doing high bar in order to try to engage my thighs so that my posterior chain isn't overly dominant, because what I've been doing in my squats, as I tried to highlight, I've been shooting my arse up a little bit and then the rest of my body comes with. So hopefully doing this, it's going to give my thighs a bit more extra strength and balance out the squat. So here's the first installment of what I would say is moving on to heavy deadlifts. I decided to also use my belt here. This is 125, 5x5. It's feeling good, it's feeling strong. With my sumo, I've changed up my technique. I'm really trying to push off the floor with my legs rather than shooting my arse up and kind of using my back overly. And I will find myself at an advantage if I can correct that technique and make it right. So that pretty much concludes my YouTube video for this week. I hope everybody's found it enjoyable and somewhat informative. Please don't forget to like, share and subscribe, and hit me up in the comments section if you have any.